everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you how to place reinforcement within a beam. Now for this example, for this purpose, we have a beam. Doesn't matter if there's column or other things, we're just trying to place that reinforcement. We have a beam here. Let's say this is the end of the column, this is the end of the column. So let's say I can place and place a column to realize that. So let's say we'll be having a column here. Let's have a column at this point. I'll place a column at this point here. I'm going to use some alignment. And let's say we have a case like this, and still more alignment. Let's say this is the beam going to continue to the other direction, but the idea is just to explain that you have a beam on a column, and those beams will continue the other direction as well. Now, as usual, we're going to start by placing some section. One section goes through the beam in two, one is longitudinal, one transverse. You can place three, indeed, because of the negative moment to provide one at this and one more at this corner later, because we're gonna provide those details on the plan, so we can have three sections like this, because the positive moment here, two negative moment, and one within the beam. So I'll be having some sections here. Now, the section that we'll be working with, section 4 here for me, it's the one within the beam. Now here is the easiest one. I have the columns, I have the beams. I can provide the reinforcement within here. First thing first, the cover. So the cover, let's say the covers that you have, it's 20 millimeter provided here according to the detailing that you have it. Say you provide the cover here, then you're gonna go for rebar, well, here we can provide the stirrups first. As usual, we provide the stirrup first, then we provide the longitudinal bars. It could be vice versa as well, but it's better to provide the reinforcement, the stirrups first, which will be easier for the main bars. So you're going to choose the, what's the difference between those? Those are the hook that we have a different. This is different hook, or one hook side. So I'm going to go for 135 hook. Well, we are in the section. Since we are in the section, I'm working with the current work plan. Now, parallel to, I'm not going to put parallel within here, because we know that these stirrups are going to come in this manner. Since they're this way, perpendicular to the view I have it, so we have to check perpendicular to the cover. You have to select that one. Why? Because the stirrup will place them in this manner, which indeed will be perpendicular to the view we have it. This is how we're placing the stirrups. So you're going to change this one to perpendicular. Now you can see the stirrup will appear here. Make sure the bar size, this is 10. So we have bar size 10. The hook would automatically by itself will be included. So we have it here. What we said, we're going to change the number, so you can go for the same way that we did spacing, different zones, or I can go for one here, maximum spacing. Let's say I have 150. So if I come over the beam, you will see it will start like this. Now it will start with the beginning of the beam to the end of the beam. Now if you drew the beam from the face of the column it might start from the face of the column, but it doesn't matter. In any case, we can use the edit constraint to tell Revit that those reinforcements will start somewhere that we want. So one click to provide the reinforcement. Now, press escape to get rid of the drawing. One click on the reinforcement. Why? Because we don't want to start, we want to start somewhere which we know it from reinforced concrete that, for example, S/2, the first stirrup supposed to start from here. So how can I manage this one? This is basically edit constraint. In the edit constraint, you will see something from here, orange, and it tells us 0.48 centimeter. Now I can change this one. Let's say I know the dimension of the column is say 300. I'll make it 35 centimeter. Hit enter. For example, this became 37. Yes, 35 centimeter. In order to start, for example, 50 millimeter from the face of the column. Well, if I want to for the other edge, where is this small button? I can click on it. It will give you the line. Again, you can give the same thing, 35 centimeter for this 35. It will start 5 centimeter from the face of the column, or 35 from here. Now this is the constraint. Basically, I have it here, and press finish. Now I have the constraint basically set that to start somewhere to somewhere. Now to draw the longitudinal bars, I can come inside this section to provide it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can place them, or I can even place them in this section. Now I prefer this one. It's easy to provide them here. We have, let's say that, what do we have? Let's say we have, this is the beam that we have it. We have 2 at the top straight, 2 at the bottom straight, and we have 1 bent. So the bent, basically bent up bar, we have it. The bent up bar will start from here, comes down, goes like this, goes up. This is the bent up bar, and the straights, one of them will be like this, the one that we explained in the videos. So this will be straight lines. And the straight line, those will be the straight. And we have the bent up bar, which goes in this manner. This is, we can draw this with a hook. If even we have hook here, we have hook here, it doesn't matter, we can do all of this. Both sections it's possible to do it. In both sections it's possible to do it. Which one is easier? Well, according to experience, you might see this one will be easier. Well, start by selecting the beam. So if you couldn't select the beam, just hover the mouse over the edge. If you still cannot, just press tab, then select the beam. Then you click on the rebar. Here you can sketch. For the bent up bars, sketching would be easier. So I'm going to choose the bar type. We have it. Let's say we have straight with hook. That's a straight with hook. The bar diameter, I'm going to go for, let's say 22, whatever will be. Now the hook will be included by itself. If not, we can always change the hook that we have. So when it comes inside here, now I cannot see it. Why? Because it's perpendicular to cover. I'll come back to parallel to work plane. I can see the bar at the top and here. This is by placing the bar. So how many is we have it? Let's say we have 2. Change this one to 2. Then I can just one click at the top. Look, the location of it doesn't matter because we can constrain it later. One click here, provide 2. When I come to the bottom again, one click, I'll provide 2 as well there. Now if I go to 3D, I can see we have 2 bars at the top 2 at the bottom straight, and they have hook, and then now we're going to provide one bar as a bent up bar starting from top goes down. Now for the bent up bar, if you go to section 3.3, you will see 2 bar at the top, 2 at the bottom. Now I'm going to go to section 3.4. I'm going to provide the bent up bar. In order to provide the bent up bar, we have 2 methods. We select the beam, go to rebar. Now you have the bent up here, which is you select the bent up from the list here. Now if you hover the mouse over the beam, you'll see that it will provide it, but I mean, if it does not go through all the beam, if it's just providing like this for me, in that case I have to edit this one with the dimension. Now we have different bent up bars, so whatever it's the case that you have it there, you'll place it. Sometimes you have this or one side or with 180 hooks, it's possible. Now let's say that placing this one, it's the same manner. I can make a number, like where is it exactly? You cannot see it, yes? Is it in the middle? You don't know. So if you place it here, for example, I placed one here. Well, it is not exactly what I want, yes? Because I want this one to be somewhere at this corner here. So I have to manage this information. Well, first we will edit the constraint. So I clicked on the bar, or edit the constraint. This is the constraint I want to fix it here. For example, this one here. Let's say to start with 2 centimeters from for the cover, 2 centimeters from there. 2 centimeters. Sorry, I think it was restrained to the bar, so just cancel it. It's already restrained to the bar by itself here. So I'll go to edit restraint. This is already restrained with the, so the restraint is okay with the cover. It's already fixed there. Now I'll make this one restrained so that I can change the rest of the dimension easy. So finish here. Now with the dimension, what we have to do, if you remember, we said that each of these, they represent something. This dimension here, this dimension here, and this one here. Now you don't change those two because they already will be calculated according to the cover of the and the height of the beam, which you have it here 700. This one was the same thing as here. Of those two that you have them will be those. Let's see if I can I think I don't have the photos here to show it to you, but anyway, we'll just go over this dimension to change them. So I can change those dimension here. Let's say B, I'll change this one, which comes for, let's say change this one to 1000 millimeter. You will apply. You'll see the change will happen. So let me just clear the board here. Can make this one 2500. So let's hide this one here. I went out of the beam here, so I'm just simply bringing it back here. I can manage this dimension. Let's say put all of them first, then we will change the location. Let's say this part here, this is, I don't know how much will come exactly, but we'll just try to see. In the drawings we'll have those dimensions, specifically all of them. Let's say this one, I'll go for it with 1750. I'll do the same thing for the other side, 1750, and whatever comes for the middle I will leave it. So I provided this 2 dimension here. Which one I provided here? This one, and this one I provided. Now we have the hooks, and those automatically will be calculated because of the depth of and 45-degree angle. You can calculate it by yourself. Within the drawings you'll be able to see these values here. These values will be seen there, and the remaining will be for the middle one. The remaining will be for the middle one. So if you provide this one here, you provide this one here, the middle you don't need to provide in that case here. Remember, those letters will change according to the reinforcement that you have it, but you'll be able to see the values there, and you can change them accordingly. Now I played those, but I have to place it somewhere. Yes, now maybe this is not enough for the beam, but trying to place this one, you see, moving this one, I can move this somewhere, bring it to the face of the cover that I have it there, and this will be, but still you see that because of the dimension I provided here, they were not enough. I mean, something like unrealistic, because I didn't know exactly how much it is. So you have to manage these values here. Let me just see how much is remained so I can add it to the middle one. But you're not gonna face this one because you will have the full detailing with the actual dimensions, so know exactly how much will be the dimensions that you have it. Let's say I'll add 67 centimeters to the middle one. So I'll add . So in that case I can move it and place it. As I said, you're not going to face this one because when I give you the detailing, or you have the drawings already there, you can directly put the dimension there. It will fit to the, so this is the bent up bar. It is not okay yet because I have to go to section 3.3 to see the exact location, if it's in the middle or not. Look, it's in the middle. Why don't I have it in the top? Because section 3.3, it's in the middle, and the bottom, the bar will be at the bottom. If I go to section 5.5, so I can manage these sections. You see the bar will be at the top here because it's a negative there. Section 6, same manner. Also the reinforcement will be at the top because this negative moment there. So this is how you can provide. Now if you don't like this playing with the dimension, as you can see it here, for this, if it's hard for you to manage this dimension here, I recommend you to go with the sketching. So I can manage this one with the sketching. It's also possible. Let's say I will delete this one. I can also draw this bent up bar with sketching. So I'll select the beam, rebar, we'll go for sketch rebar here, then we pick the host, which is the beam again, then it will give us the detail for the drawing. Start with a line, so I'll start somewhere. I can combine them together, no worries, because it's one time drawing you have it here. So when you draw, you can start anywhere. Let's say we start as a bar basically. I can start from here. I'll go like this. Let's say I know the dimension here is like 150 centimeter, 150 there. I draw one line, then I can go down with the angle 45 till somewhere here. So you can give this this is the angle is make it 45. This is 45, and you will reach to. You can even provide this like 72. Let's say you have 72 centimeter. We'll provide this one 72. Like if it is like not enough, because you already have it there. So this is 74 was 2 more centimeter. It reach somewhere at the bottom. So it's kind of 31 point something, not exactly 74. We can manage this one, no worries. Let's say that you don't know exactly how much is gonna come, yes? Still, we have a lot of option there. So I'm gonna come back here. So I'm gonna give the hook one here. So I will go exactly to the edge of this. Let's say I'll come to the edge of this one, 7 centimeter. Then I can bring it down. It will give the hook by itself. Let's say I have hook 28 centimeter, whatever. Now, if still this is not okay, we still have aligning. So let's use align. I can use this one or this one. You can align it to that. Then I can mirror this one to the other side. If this is what one side, I can mirror. So you know, mirror from AutoCAD. I can mirror this exactly to the other side. So what I will do, I have mirror. I have the line that I have it. So select this, the other line with control. So I'll select all the line that I drew. I'm going to select this line here. Add a small line here. I'm selecting that one as well. So I have the lines. Then I'll pick I think it was better for the other one to choose it. So for the axis, I'll draw an axis somewhere. So around here. It will go to the other direction. Now if you exactly draw it in the middle, you can do it, but I'm gonna just move this one. I could go for the detailed line in order to bring this one exactly, find the midpoint. Now I have this one, I need another line here. So another line in order to connect this. So this line I can draw it somewhere here, look. Later I can just combine them together, or like what we call them, extend it. So I can draw something like this, that's enough. We use this option, which is extend and trim, in order to make sure that, look at this, in order to make sure those two are connected. So I can click on this one and this, it will be connected nicely there, and exactly on the line that we have the bar. Same thing here, I can click on this small line here, even if it was not even the other one. Let's say I don't draw the small one, still okay, yes. Let's say that you decide to just draw a part of it. Even this one, you don't know how much it is, leave it somewhere here, because this was in AutoCAD, we explained that extend and trim will be useful if you don't know the exact dimension. You can just click here, it will combine them together by itself. So this is the drawing that we have it, yes. We press OK. Now we have the bar. And there is something we have, most probably a gap somewhere we have it, or one of the places. Okay, I believe this small making a problem here, so let me just delete this small lines here, combine this one to this. You will have a curve here. Then that corner as well, I have a small thing here to make sure there is a curve here. Yes, let's see, it's supposed to have a curve at the corner because it will be continuous bar. So pressing still have some problem. Okay, I'm gonna delete this corner here. Then we're gonna combine this one to this and do the same thing for the other corner. Hopefully the drawing will be accepted. So those basically the small corners we have it. Due to the bending, we had some problem. Now we have the bar, but we have to know exactly where is the location of it. Where is the location of the bar that we have it? So where do we go? We go to the section. In the section, we'll see if exactly in the middle or not. This is in the middle. So we have bent bar drawn by us with a sketch. So if you would like to draw with sketch, you directly put the dimensions and you will draw with them using trim, move, mirror. You can do it, or you can go with the default one that you have to play with the dimension within the properties there, the A, B, C, D, F letters, in order to exactly make it the same way that we have it. This is how we're going to model reinforcement in the beam. So in the 3D view, you'll be able to see this is the bend bar that's going through. Remember, if you want to make those bars thick, you have to click on them. Then within the visual graphic, you can select all of them. Within control, you can select all of them. Then let's say you can select all the bars. Let's say select also this one as well. Select all the bars. Then I can go to view visibility state to make them, for example, solid in the 3D, and also to show them and in the section. Already have them here. Section and the elevation, if I want to see them still possible. So I'll just press OK. I can do them in the solid here. I'll change the view to any of the others. You'll be able to see them, the reinforcement. So those are, I mean, you can change the color. This is given that the color for the material here. You can change the material color. Those coloring will change as well. This will be enough for the beam. So you may have different bend, number of bend, you can still change it. For example, if this, the bend that I have it here, this one, if it is more than one, I can just simply change it from here. Fixed number, I can make it 2. You will change it there, for example, to 2. It will be, now the location of them, if I change it to, I think 2. Now look at them. If I change to 2, their location will be, what happens, they're not placed in the right location. Is why we have to go to the sections and change this one. Well, not, this section cannot say anything, it's okay there, but in the other section you realize that those bars are not in the right location. So you have to manage this to move basically in a way that to bring them somewhere that you want. So with that, I recommend you to go with annotate this one in order to make sure that you will provide equal spacing for them. For example, I can go with equal spacing here. This is 10, 9, 10. I have it here. Let's see the spacing from here. Or I can provide even spacing between the bars here. Like between the bars also is possible. Because sometimes you have spacing between the bars. But from here till here you can provide equal spacing. That's also possible. For example, 696. And you will manage that however would be that. So how will you do? You click on the bar, then those will be, sorry, press escape. You click on the bar, then those will be active. When they became active, then you'll be able to change them. So 696, that case can make this one 7, 7, 7. it will be possible in that case. So you can change them in order to make them similar spacing. I will not go for this detailing here. This is when you want to change the bar number of bars. It might not exactly come in the center, so always please check within the section to see exactly if they located at the right. For example, this is from the top. What are those? Those will be the hook that we have it there. That's enough for this video. So thank you.